Hello everybody, today we're going to be making a braised shank of venison served over a potato puree with some roasted honey glazed carrots and a demi glaze. Alright, but in all seriousness guys, what is up and welcome back to episode number 6 of Wild Game Wednesdays. And today we're actually just going to be making a stewed venison shank served with some homemade mashed potatoes, a side of carrots, and some brown gravy on top. So should be simple, fun, delicious. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're just going to take this shank and we're just going to sear it up in the pan, get some nice color on it before we put in the chicken stock, which is right here, and start letting it just slowly stew over the next few hours. Now, I'm going to be stewing the meat, but I'm not making deer meat stew. I do, in fact, have a video making deer meat stew where we throw the potatoes, the carrots, the onion, all that good stuff into the pot together, let it all come together, and it turns into a nice little soup. But like I said, today we're not doing that. Instead, we were just stewing the meat, which really just means slowly cooking it for a few hours in water or stock or something like that until it gets tender and starts to fall off the bone. So first thing we're gonna do is take our shank right here. I patted it dry and we're just gonna season it up. This is a little seasoning that I put together. Basically just salt, pepper. I think a very important part to making deer meat, making venison good, is adding rosemary and a couple other little secret ingredients, but yeah, I can't give them all away. So we got it seasoned up and we don't need to worry about having it completely coated, just a light dusting, because the chicken stock is really gonna bring a lot of flavor, and as it cooks down and this reduces, it's gonna let all those good juices out of it. So let's go ahead and go right over to the pan. We got some hot oil in here. We're just gonna lay this down, and that's what we want to hear. Okay, now if you don't want your house covered in smoke, you could do this outside on a burner, or you could just throw the lid on it. A lot of times when I'm doing this in the pan, the whole house will get just smoke and oil splattered everywhere, because we are doing that at a significantly high heat, because we want it to be nice and brown, and then we're gonna go ahead and deglaze that pan, and all that good flavor from that meat and everything, getting nice and crusty on the bottom, will come up and get mixed in with our juices. So this has been searing for about 4 to 5 minutes here. I'm gonna show y'all what you're looking for. That nice brown blackened outside is exactly what we want. It's not gonna add any off flavor or anything like that, because whenever we go to deglaze the pan, it's gonna kind of rub a little bit of it off there, and it's gonna be delicious. So the next thing we're gonna add to the pot is a little bit of diced onion. Just like we got our diced onion, let's go ahead and add it in. Then we're going to add in our minced garlic. About a tablespoon of it. Give it a stir around. And let that onion start to sweat down. Now some of you might be asking why I'm adding this stuff into the pan if I'm not making a stew. Well, the reason is, after we add the chicken stock and we let it all come together and it all gets finished up in a couple hours, I'm going to be using what's in there, that juice, that soupy consistency stuff, and I'm going to reduce it down, and that's what we're going to be making our brown gravy out of. So we're going to let this cook for a little while. Then we're going to add a little bit of red cooking wine, chicken stock. You could use beef stock, whatever type of stock you want. You could just use straight water and maybe some bouillon cubes. It does not really matter. But we're going to let that cook down maybe about 2-3 minutes, and then we're going to deglaze the pan. Okay, so come take a look right here. I know y'all can't hear me when I have this open, so that's why I keep putting the lid on. But those onions are starting to brown up. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to take the shank out. It's going to be hard for me to deglaze the pan with the shank in there. So we're going to take it out. Beautiful, perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and deglaze it. And basically what we're doing when we're deglazing a pan, guys, is we're just adding in some type of liquid, whether that's chicken stock, whether that's water, whether it's red cooking wine, normal wine, doesn't really matter. And we're just using this to pull all those good little browned up pieces that are stuck on the bottom of the pan off. So we're going to go with a little bit of this. We come watch right here. It's a high heat. And we're just going to scrape the pan with this wooden spoon. And as you can see, all those little black burnt pieces are coming off. And that's where a lot of that flavor is. Right now, for some reason, my brain is blanking out and I don't remember what it's called. All those little pieces on the bottom of the pan, but comment down below if you know, because I'm just blank right now. But there you go, it's all off. We're gonna add that shank back in there, and deglazed. And then we're just gonna cover up with our chicken broth. We're just gonna dump enough in there until it's completely covered. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. If not, we'll go ahead and we'll add a little bit of water. If I have like this much of the shank sticking out, I'm not too worried because I can always turn it in an hour or two and let the other side cook. Plus with the steam and everything, it's kind of gonna cook anyway, so. We're gonna go ahead and add about 2 cups of water and that should be good. And then all we do, guys, turn the heat down to a simmer and we're just gonna put the lid on it and we're gonna forget about it for a couple hours. So I will see y'all whenever this starts to break down. So it has been around 4 hours now this meat's been cooking. I checked after 2 and it was nowhere near done, but here we are 4 hours later and the meat's falling off the bone. So I'm gonna say that's ready. As you can see, the water level was up here earlier, but it's went way down, which is gonna be perfect for that gravy that we're gonna make. So we're gonna cover that up while we finish making the potatoes and the carrots. So right here we have the potatoes, they're diced up, they're boiling. We're gonna be making mashed potatoes with that. And then let's hop over here. We're gonna throw together these roasted carrots real quick. So earlier I took my carrots, the bag just broke. So earlier I took my carrots and I cut them just like this. Nice thin long slices. So we're gonna throw these in the bowl, dump all the carrots in there. And this is super simple, guys. We have the oven set to 400 degrees. We're gonna put on some olive oil just like that, maybe a little bit more. Throw in some of our seasoning right here, salt, pepper, and herbs. Probably around that much, maybe a little bit more. Never hurts to add a little more. And then we're gonna add in a little bit of honey. So these are gonna be honey glazed carrots. And this just adds some sweetness and will help caramelize them up. So I'm not a big honey person, but a little bit of honey in there, not too much. And then we're just gonna get dirty and we're gonna toss these in the olive oil and that honey and all that seasoning. Once we get them tossed up like this, as you can see, they're evenly coated. We'll just dump them right out on the pan. Spread them around. They don't have to be perfect, guys. Just make sure they're not 5 of them on top of each other. That looks good to me. And then when that oven gets to 400, which it's almost there, we'll throw these in there, set the timer for about 25-30 minutes, and they should come out with a nice golden brown top, caramelized texture, and they should be delicious. So let's go ahead and finish up those mashed potatoes while we're waiting on that. Like I said a minute ago, the meat's done, and now what I have here is a little saucepan and a strainer. I've already been practicing earlier, made a couple batches of what I'm about to make right now, what I'm about to show y'all, just to make sure that I get it right. So I said we were making a brown gravy, and we're not doing your traditional brown gravy or steps to make a brown gravy. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna come over here, we're gonna get this beautiful juice. Look at that, look how dark that is. This broth that's been down there soaking, all the deer meat's been letting all those good flavors out into that chicken stock, and this is what we're left with. So we're gonna take it and we're gonna strain it out into our pan. All that onions dissolved in there, that garlic, everything. This stuff is beautiful. And what we're gonna do here is, after we get it strained out, we're gonna turn the heat on the saucepan, and we're going to cook this down until it starts to thicken up. And it's gonna be super rich. It is gonna be pretty salty, and it's going to be just packed full of delicious flavor. So let me go ahead and strain quite a bit of this out, and then I'll show you how we're gonna do it. Okay, we strain out this juice. You can see that we have quite a bit. We're just gonna put it on this heat right here, bring it up to a boil, and we're just gonna slowly let it just start to evaporate, and it's just gonna really concentrate that juice, and that's gonna be our gravy that we're gonna put on top of this. We made our mashed potatoes, you can take a look. Now, I will say I made them quite a bit thinner than normal mashed potatoes because earlier I was joking when I said I was making like these glazed roasted carrots and potato puree and all this stuff, but at the same time, I am making like thinner mashed potatoes, and as you can see, we got the carrots right here. Nice roasted honey glazed carrots. So it was a joke, but a little bit not, because I want to try something different. So yeah, this is gonna be like our little reduction sauce. And I think it's gonna be really delicious, but super salty, super flavorful, and it's gonna be delicious just poured right on top of all that meat and those mashed potatoes and everything. I think it'll complement it super well. So this will take around probably 8 to 10 minutes to reduce and for that sauce to get thickened up. And then after that, we'll plate everything up, pour it over top, and we'll be ready to try it out and tell you guys just how good it is. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, we have our sauce reduced right here. As you can see, reduced by more than half. Starting to get nice and thick. The last thing we're gonna do before we serve it up is take our butter. We have 2 tablespoons of butter right here. I rolled them around in some flour. The reason I did that is just to help thicken it up a little bit. And we'll just stir that in on a low heat. And it'll come together, and that's gonna give it that nice buttery texture, nice buttery taste, a lot of richness, and that flour is gonna thicken it up a little bit. So we'll just do that over a nice low heat. Just slowly whisking it in. And we'll be ready to pour this on the plate and eat. So we're gonna put our plate together right here and get it looking nice and pretty for you guys. So we have our mashed potatoes, and like I said, these are a lot thinner than normal. So we'll just go ahead and dump these on. And I hope that they look good. That should be perfect. We'll let these settle around. Oh, look at that. That's actually working a lot better than I thought. Okay, next we'll lay our carrots on there. Nice roasted carrots. Look at those. They look great. Just go. So fancy. Oh, drop that one. Nice. All right, and now I'm gonna go grab the deer meat and put it on here. Okay, we're gonna put the whole bone on here because I don't know why. A little bit of rugged, a little bit of, you know, nice calm right here. We'll lay it straight on the plate. One take, boom, it's on. And now we'll just grab our various pieces of meat and load them up around there. Nice tender meat just coming right apart. Just like that. Alright, we're gonna start with that right there. Oh, it fell off. Damn. They're looking so good, and then it fell off. Okay, and our last thing here is our nice sauce. We're just gonna pour this around the outside. I wish I had a circular bowl here, but I don't. And this stuff is super rich. You gotta be careful. Right, there we go. I think that's gonna be it. Man, the presentation was going so good until that piece of meat fell over, and now I got the smears on the edge of the pan. But hey, I think that still looks pretty decent. So we're gonna take a couple pictures for the thumbnail, and then we're gonna try it out, and hopefully it'll be just as delicious as it smells. We're gonna give it our signature taste test here. So we're actually gonna start with a carrot, just like that. Carrot and a little bit of that mashed potato, a little bit of the sauce right there. Looks super good. Looks super good, tastes super good. That carrot is probably one of the best carrots I've ever had in my whole life. That's amazing, wow. Now we're gonna go for the deer meat, which I already know this is gonna be good because I made stewed deer meat plenty of times. So the deer meat, you can see the gelatinous shake on it. From letting that shank cook all day. Obviously a little bit of sauce with that. Take that bite right there. So tender, just melts in your mouth. Once again, another win for Wild Game Wednesdays. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you're not already. Like always, I thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Definitely give this one a try. You don't have to put it on the fancy plate or anything like that. All you can do is just stew up the deer meat, make yourself some mashed potatoes, and serve it over that. You don't need any of the sauce, you don't need the carrots, but they are a great addition. So once again, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.